I just came back from a walk and I realized that there is a problem. There's a little problem with my channel is that throughout these almost 300 videos, a lot of these videos are just me introspecting or me intellectualizing my thoughts or just talking about what's going on in my mind and me examining my behaviors or a lot of it is just self-reflection. That's for the majority is sometimes there's epiphany, sometimes there's aha moments, sometimes there's some grandiose thinking, sometimes I'm depressed, but most of it revolves around me having something to say about my general experience. And so that leads to an issue where what do I do on the days that I'm not having thoughts? Not that I'm not having thoughts, but just a normal day where I'm not having some grand epiphany. Just a normal day. It's pretty mundane. I'm not suffering, or if I am suffering, it's like a kind of a familiar suffering that I've talked about a million times. So I don't really want to talk about it again. So then I have really two options: either don't post, or I figure something out. And on this walk, I was thinking about that. You know, this new age this new age psychology is a lot about, we're getting to a point where everyone's intellectualizing everything. Every thought, every behavior, everything is being examined. You're always trying to think, oh, me doing this action is because when I was 4 this happened to me, or when I was 1 this happened to me. This behavior is rooted in this insecurity, and everything is always being intellectualized, everything's being examined. I mean, and that's why you're seeing this movement in the psychology field and therapy field more towards somatic therapy. And somatic therapy really is about feeling. It's about getting back to the feeling, not about coming up with words to examine the feeling. It's more about just feeling. And what would that look like on this channel? What would me just, because it's about life is a lot of times about living. Life isn't about over analyzing every little moment. That's more of a coping mechanism that we have deemed in modern society to we're kind of pushing towards that. But then we're also like, this is intellectualization, which is actually just an avoidance. So we're whatever it is. But you could see now that the more people are doing therapy talk than ever, right? So what would it look like, if the point of living is life is just to live? A lot of the times, yeah, there's gonna be times for grieving, there's gonna be time for all the types of stuff, but a lot of times it's just about living. What does that look like for me? On this channel, on the days where I don't got much to say, on the days where I feel like I'm trying to force myself to have something to say, and that's not to say that people come to my channel for some sort of wisdom. I don't think I'm a wise guy. Like, I'm too young to have any sort of actual wisdom. Like, I've been through some shit, but also I'm only 25, so I don't have I don't think people come here for wisdom. I think there's times where people can relate to the things that I'm saying, and that's cool. But in regards to me being some wise monk that people come and no, that's definitely not what's going on here. But I will say is, what do I do when I got nothing to say? And this is gonna sound super off the wall, but my favorite thing is to do bits and parodies and I don't know. I felt like I've always wanted to do skits, in a weird, and not in a way where you kind of tell it's a skit, but in kind of that what's that word I'm thinking of? In that plausible deniability where it's like, is this a bit or is it not a bit? When you can't tell if it's a bit or not, that's my shit. And I was thinking about the whole walk home, I was thinking about making what do I do on those days where I'm just living? How do I just show on this channel the days that I'm just living? And it's like, am I gonna be a fucking vlogger? I'm gonna go do day in the lives. I don't want to vlog. I don't want to be the guy out in the fucking grocery store with my fucking phone on the thing, just that's cringe to me. But I think there was a way. I did want to make a day in the life that wasn't vloggy like that, but is almost like doing a bit, like a parody of, it's gonna be a real day in the life, like what I actually do. But the thing is, my life and what I actually do is a lot of times just like a bit or a parody, not intentionally. But let's just say this, how you see these guys that they give you the day in the life, and they're like, I wake up at 5 in the morning and I fucking, you know, wipe my face and do my face routine. And then at 5:15 I do an ice bath. And then at 5:30 I run a mile. And then at 5:45 I have a quick electrolytes before at 6 o'clock I hit the gym. And then by 7 o'clock I'm back home, I shower, I have my second breakfast of the day. And then I start looking at emails. And then it's like their real day doesn't start till like 9 a.m. And you're like, my day is not like that. That's why it's gonna be banter. But I thought like, and it got me excited. I was getting real creative in my head about what this could look like. But I think I want to do like sometimes I just want to like, it's gonna be like days in life, and I do like to do. I'm not like a comedy person in regards to like I can tell jokes. I can't fucking tell jokes. I just think I'm like a strange guy. Like, and I'm just kind of like, I'm not saying I'm funny where I can like tell a joke, but I'm like funny and just like, I don't know. But I could be wrong. But people tend to laugh a lot around me. So I kind of want to do a bit. Like I kind of want to like on certain days, like if I have nothing to say, I'll just like film a fucking bit. Film some sort of day in the life video, right? Because it'd be so fucking funny to me. Like I don't care if anyone else laughs. I know for me it'll be hilarious. Because I'm thinking about like, a lot. I'm gonna do a lot of fourth wall breaks, and then even wall breaks like fourth wall, the fourth wall, or like maybe is that a fifth wall? I don't know. There's gonna be like fifth wall breaks, or there's gonna be a lot of talking. That is a fourth wall, but and I think a lot of it's gonna be conceptual, and maybe there's gonna be like there could be some deeper meanings to certain things, but mostly like if you just want to laugh, you can laugh. If you just want to be entertained, you can entertain. But if you want to find the deeper meaning, you can. Like any other form of art, right? But anyways, I was just thinking about that, like because I love that my channel is really about me and about being cathartic, but I also want to show that there's days where I'm not some sort of fucking intellectual. I'm not always introspective every day, and I'm not suffering every day. There's plenty of days where I'm just like not thinking too much. I'm just going through the motions of the day. And how do I show that without just talking about, well, today I went and I watched this game. Well, today I went to work and I hit legs at the gym. Today, like rather than just talking about like the mundanity of it all. Is that even a word? I want to show it. So, anyways, I'm out of here. Guys, girls, gays, queers, they, them, these, are all. Everyone, anyone. Have a blessed rest of your Monday. Catch you guys on a beautiful Tuesday.